Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please click like, subscribe, and share. Advanced prepping is one of the 4 attributes of my fast cooking system, and I consider it to be one of the focal point. In my opinion, advanced prepping is what makes home cooking sustainable. Advanced prepping not only brings efficiency, but it also brings pleasure to home cooking. In this video, I would like to take you through the steps of my advanced prepping process recently, which I prep 5 different vegetables. This might allow you to see what is possible and what you would like to adopt for you. Okay, so let's get into the kitchen and have some fun. These are the vegetables that I bought back from the supermarket the other day. You probably say, well, there's a lot of vegetables. Are you going to use them all? However, I will use them all if through advanced prepping, I can convert them into something like this that I could use readily. And many people have asked me, advanced prepping, would it enhance the shelf life of the ingredients? And my answer for most of the ingredients is a definite yes. Because when you purchase the ingredient from the supermarket, they store in bags. As you can see, all of this contains a significant amount of moisture inside the bag. And moisture is the enemy of shelf life. Through advanced prepping, you remove the food ingredients from the package that extend their shelf life. Based on my personal experience, through advanced prepping, you often enhance the shelf life by at least 50%. Advanced prepping could not be easier this day of age. For example, here is a 2-pound bag of broccoli florets. These florets are already cut and washed, ready to be used. I bought them at Sam's Club, and they probably of the best quality that I have seen around. One of the purposes of advanced prepping for stir fry is that you cut the ingredients to the size that are best for stir frying. So as you can see, some of the pieces are already of that size. So I just picked them out and put them in a plastic container. For those that are bigger than the size that I want, I just use a knife and cut them up to the size I think best for stir fry. So in less than about 10 minutes, I have converted the whole bag of broccoli into containers that I will be used throughout the week. And next, I come to prep my bag of French beans. I noticed that this package has a lot of moisture inside the bag. If I don't prep them now, they would not be usable in about 3 or 4 days. And by prepping them, I'm able to remove the moisture by simply air them out. Prepping in advance is to cut the ingredients into the size that you think best for stir fry. This is exactly what they do in professional kitchens. Except when you do it at home, you prep the ingredients that will last for the week instead of just for 1 or 2 days. So here I have 2 pounds of green beans that I can use over an entire week in several different dishes. By having the ingredients available to you, you will become more creative in finding ways to use them differently. And prepping could not be easier today because many of the ingredients already come pre-washed and ready to use right away. This makes your cooking far more economical. And next, I'm going to prep some Brussels sprouts. Again, you notice that there are quite a bit moisture inside the bag. Again, this is not a good sign because it will cause the shelf life to be significantly reduced. Before I start using Brussels sprouts to stir fry, very few people actually use that for this purpose. The reason is that the Brussels sprout, the way as it comes, are difficult to cook. Heat do not penetrate into the middle of the sprouts readily and takes them significant longer time to cook. By cutting them in half or into quarters, that reduce the cooking time significantly. So for my family, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and French bean are what I would call our keystone prepped. This is something that we eat in a significant amount and every week. The next ingredients I'm going to prep are some mushrooms. This is what is known as a baby portobello mushroom or baby bella. A mushroom is considered to be a supplementary prep because I always use the mushroom as the secondary ingredient to the primary ingredients. I do not wash the mushroom in advance before I prep them because, again, the moisture will reduce their shelf life. I will rinse them before I use them for cooking, but a lot of time I don't think that is necessary. After I cut the mushroom, I will try to put them back into their original shape. They seem to be able to increase their shelf life. A mushroom stored like this have a shelf life up to 2 weeks. I usually buy mushroom every other week, and I often will have 2 different types of mushroom. In addition to the baby bella mushroom, I also have the white button mushroom. A mushroom is very versatile and they can use in many different dishes. If I have extra at the end of the weeks, I will use them to make a mushroom soup. Another ingredient I always have for each week is scallions or green onions. A green onion wilts rapidly, so as soon as you take it back from the store, you should prep it right away. That will increase the shelf life significantly. For prepping the green onion, I'm going to use my ceramic knife. I find this knife works a little bit better than the vegetable knife that I normally use in prepping other vegetables. Prepping scallion is actually very easy. All you have to do is just cut it up into small chunks. Except holding on to the green scallion while you cut is the challenging part. And when it comes to the end of the scallion, I'm using a method known as a claw technique. You notice that I curl my fingertips inwards to prevent cutting my finger. If you're not familiar with this method, you can take a look at this video. A scallion has a relatively short shelf life, usually about 5 to 7 days. This is one instance when you cut up the vegetable, it actually releases moisture. And the last ingredients I'm going to show you how to prep in this video is some carrot. I also prep carrot every week. I use it mainly as a secondary ingredient. I use carrot to add variety to a dish, both in terms of nutrition as well as flavor. I cut the carrot diagonally into very thin slices using my vegetable knife. Here I use my claw technique. It is a very useful knife skill to have in cutting very thin slices without cutting your fingers. A carrot has a very long shelf life. In fact, you can store carrots that are cut like this for up to 2 weeks. It took me about an hour to do all this prep. Some of the ingredients I will use it up in about a week, whereas some other ingredients probably will last me for up to 10 days. So if you look into my refrigerator, you can see that I have some of the ingredients that are left from the previous week. And I organize my shelf in such a way that all the older ingredients are placed in the same shelf, whereas the newer ingredients will be placed on a different shelf. And this way will help me to keep track what I need to use up. As you can see, by using proper containers, you can store a lot of food in the refrigerator. All the food that I have prepped in this video are all stored in that section. And I still have a lot of space left to store other things. It took me about 90 minutes to prep this 5 vegetables in this video. However, this will save me time when I actually do the cooking. I estimate it probably saved me about 5 to 6 hours. Of course, time saving is not the only part that benefits from advanced prepping. You are far more likely to cook if you already have the ingredients available to you. Also, you will find it far more enjoyable to cook because when you get into the kitchen, you can start cooking almost immediately. Last but not at the least, you have different ingredients for you to pick from, so you can use a basic template to create variations and diversities of your dishes. It doesn't take very much for you to set up for advanced prepping. However, to choose the right storage container to set up in your refrigerator, probably most critical. Please take a look at this video for some ideas. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you next time.